John Cena is finally coming back to the WWE on SmackDown February 28th. But what is John Cena coming back for? Most importantly, who is he coming back for? I might have the answer for you guys right here on the podcast. Also, Roman Reigns, who does he want at WrestleMania? Does he want Goldberg? Or does he want Bray Wyatt? Roman Reigns also drops hints about him and The Rock at WrestleMania 37. The IIconics might be repackaged, and Peyton Royce exposes internet trolls in her DMs. And the biggest news of the week, WrestleMania 37 is coming to Los Angeles. What are my thoughts on that? And this could be the perfect time for WWE to have a 2-day WrestleMania. All this plus so much more right here on Off the Script.
This is mine.
Oh man, I'm reading some of these private messages that Peyton Royce has blessed us with, that she gets on Instagram via the private messages, and it's just a sad state of affairs that fans take it upon themselves to be this disrespectful. I mean, I don't understand why these regular Joe Schmoes think that A, it's the right thing to do, and B, that they would ever have a shot with somebody like Peyton Royce. I just don't understand it. And that's one of the many stories that we're going to go over right here, because I got a little bit extra for you right here on Off the Script. It is February 13th, 2020, one day before the dreaded Valentine's Day. So I figured I'd come on here, and the reason why I want to come on here is A, I'm bored, and B, there's a lot of news, and C, I don't want to kind of muddy up the podcast on the weekend and go over these minor stories, so I figured, let me come on here on Thursday night when nobody's doing anything, and I'll give you guys a nice little 20, 25-minute podcast, and we'll have some fun. So that's what I'm doing here today. On top of that, we're going to go over everything that I mentioned in the beginning of this video. We're going to debut a little bit of a clip from my brother's new track, Voice of the Voiceless. Maybe we should send this one to CM Punk. But we're going to go over that as well, and we're going to have a good time. So thank you guys so much for joining me right here on OTS. Going to do things a little bit different. If you guys want a particular story, and I've been against this for the longest time, if you guys want a particular story, I'm going to leave you timestamps down below in the description of this video. This is the only time you're getting it. I want to test it out, and the only reason why I'm testing it out is because I have a meeting with my YouTube manager on Friday afternoon. So this is going to be one of the topics that we are going to go over, and we are going to explore possibly putting timestamps in the videos. So if you guys want a particular topic and you're new around here, all you need to do is go down below. If you like what you hear, I would greatly appreciate you guys subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That's on Instagram and Twitter. And everywhere else you can find me on social media. Link down below. And if you guys want to go check out all the other content on the channel, everything you need, like I said, will be in the description of this very video. Let's start off with the obvious biggest story of the entire week, and that is WWE coming back to Los Angeles, the City of Angels, for WrestleMania 37. This was announced on February 10. This is the official statement from WWE. And LA is getting WrestleMania 37. So there is nothing quite like WrestleMania week, said Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti. It is a one-of-a-kind event that provides an economic boost to the region, and fans from around the world will find a city that is ready to host them and welcomes the spectacle. The city of Inglewood is thrilled to say that WrestleMania will add the growing number of national and internationally followed events that will be hosted in our city over the next 8 years, said Inglewood Mayor James T. Butts Jr. WrestleMania brings excitement and is followed by almost every age demographic. With the scheduling of this marquee event, we can say without any contradiction, the only thing that has changed in Inglewood is everything. WrestleMania is one of the world's most watched events, and we are proud to welcome WWE to the Inglewood community, said Jason Gannon. Where's Link and the Master Sword, Mr. Gannon? I would really love to figure out that final fucking puzzle, that final piece of the Triforce. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself with the Legend of Zelda talk. Managing Director Jason Gannon. SoFi Stadium and Hollywood Park, WWE's commitment to the community is consistent with our mission to provide a lasting positive impact to the community. We look forward to making a difference with World Wrestling Entertainment. On behalf of everyone at WWE, we are excited to bring WrestleMania back to Los Angeles, said Vince McMahon, WWE chairman and resident senile fucking goon, Vince McMahon. WrestleMania will set the bar for future sports and entertainment events held at SoFi Stadium as we add this facility to the list of iconic venues that have hosted our pop culture extravaganza. WrestleMania is just a one-day event. It's a week-long celebration, but it's a one-day event. Now, it's been speculated that with New Japan doing Wrestle Kingdom on 2 days, that WWE might in the future do something with WrestleMania over a span of 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. I would like to see that. I think that would be great. I think WWE could absolutely pull it off. You know, Wrestle Kingdom is not WrestleMania. And if WWE could pack a stadium like this for 2 straight nights and give us, you know, the top marquee matches that we deserve when it comes to WrestleMania. If WWE could do this, I think a lot of positive will come out of it. And I've discussed this in depth on the podcast before. You know, I'd love to see a championship match on one night and a championship match on the other. I'd love to see feuds really take shape and culminate at WrestleMania instead of this mentality that WWE has every single year where they just force everybody onto the show just for the sake of getting everybody on the show. Multi-man, multi-women matches all over the place. These meaningless battle royals. None of this needs to happen. I would like a more confined, a more constructed WrestleMania. I think WrestleMania on a Saturday and Sunday, digested in 4-hour blocks, is much easier than sitting there for 8.5 hours watching an event. By hour 4 or 5, knowing that I got 3.5 hours to go, I'm done. I'm waiting for the end of the show. I've never liked... The most important thing about the 2-day trial, if they went and did it, is the fact that I've always been against getting everybody on the show. The mentality of getting everybody on the show just for a payday or for the sake of getting everybody on the show. Let me tell you something. Not everybody deserves to be on WrestleMania. You want to be on WrestleMania? Fucking work your ass off the next year and get on WrestleMania. Show me why you deserve to be on WrestleMania. You know, it's not in the rule books that you got to get everybody on the fucking show. So let's make it a marquee once-a-year event that everybody has to work their ass to get on. That's what I want to see. Over the past 13 years, WrestleMania has generated more than $1.3 billion in economic impact for the cities that have hosted this event. This year, WrestleMania 36 takes place Sunday, April 5th, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. And obviously, we don't know where it's going to be. Right now, it's on the WWE Network, but knowing Vince McMahon, we could see this on Amazon, we could see this on Hulu, we could see this on Netflix, we could see this on ESPN Plus, Disney Plus. We don't know what type of streaming network WWE is going to venture out there and sell their rights to. Vince said if it happens, it's going to happen in the first quarter, meaning that it's going to happen between now and March, the end of March. So we'll see what happens, man. I will definitely keep you guys posted on that. But WrestleMania is coming back to Los Angeles. You know, the only thing, I would be going to WrestleMania this season, not the actual event, because I will not sit there for 8 hours, but I will be home doing my thing. The only reason why I don't go to WrestleMania or fly to the city in which WrestleMania is culminating from is because there's another event that happens that same weekend. And it's the Atlantic City Music and Beer Festival. And if you're asking me to miss something that I've actually attended for the last 9 years in a row, I'm not doing it. That is one of the biggest times of the year for me. I love craft beer. I love going with my best friends. And we all have a blast. We drink, we eat, we just have a blast. And when WWE schedules this shit around that, I'm always going to choose that. And the reason why I'm not going to Tampa this year for WrestleMania, doing meet and greets and experiencing the craft beer out in Tampa and meeting you guys, I'd love to do that. I'd love to host, podcast seminars or, a meet and greet, have a live podcast of Off the Script down in Tampa. I know my buddies are going to be down there, Brian Ghoulish and, LeBar and Ticket True and everybody else that I'm really good friends with. They're going to be down there, and it sucks, because I'm going to be at the Atlantic City Beer Festival, and then I'm going to be thinking, man, I wish I was hanging out with those guys too. I wish I could be in both places at the same time, but I can't do that. I may be the YWC Messiah, but I can't be omnipresent like our Lord and Savior. So it's crazy, and I hope that come WrestleMania 37, I do have a chance to go out to Los Angeles, because I would love to experience Los Angeles. I've been out there once before, and I feel like I didn't have enough time to be out there, And I'd love to try the different delicacies and the coffee and the beer out there. I want to meet you guys, and I want to experience Los Angeles nightlife, But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And being that this SoFi Stadium, and something is flying around, and it's pissing me off. I hate that. When you got something flying around and you're trying to record the podcast, it's just... I don't know if it landed on me. If it did, bro, you could stay there. Just don't fly in front of me when I'm trying to speak. With this, SoFi Stadium. This is why it's called Off the Script, folks. With SoFi Stadium, this is a brand new facility, and I heard rumors that WWE might be going back to Canada for WrestleMania with WrestleMania 38. I don't think so. WWE is looking to get into Vegas. And they're looking to get into that new Las Vegas football stadium that's coming. When I went out there for All Out in Vegas, it was, or not All Out, it was, what was it? It was Double or Nothing. When I went out there for Double or Nothing, it was being constructed. And it looked crazy. And I know WWE is going to want to go in there because they want to be the first to get into those type of stadiums. And I think it would be great to have a WrestleMania in Los Angeles, because we haven't had a WrestleMania in Los Angeles since WrestleMania in Las Vegas, rather. We haven't had a WrestleMania in Las Vegas since WrestleMania 9 at the Caesars Palace Coliseum. That was great. No, not so much the event, but having a WrestleMania in Vegas, oh my goodness, man, that city would be turned upside down. So with this, I do think that they're going to stay on the West Coast. I think the West Coast folk are getting 2 WrestleManias in a row. Los Angeles and then Vegas for WrestleMania 38. So we'll keep a close eye on that, but that's the big news coming out of WWE this week. John Cena is returning to WWE on SmackDown February 28th, emanating from Boston, Massachusetts. WWE has announced that John Cena will be appearing on Friday Night SmackDown, the worst show in all of the industry right now. From Boston, Massachusetts, there are no details provided on why he will be appearing on the show, but clearly, if you think about this logically, this is happening one day after Super Lame Down in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So clearly, it has nothing to do with Super Showdown, but it has everything to do with WrestleMania. John Cena is not going to be at the Elimination Chamber. He's not going to just automatically enter himself in the Elimination Chamber. And listen, he might very well do that. I have no idea. but he's not wrestling at the Elimination Chamber. It's WrestleMania season. He's coming back after Super Showdown, so clearly he's not being asked to go over there. He's not being requested by Prince Salman, so this is more than likely having to do with WrestleMania. No details. Everybody figures it's WrestleMania season, so it's something to do with WrestleMania. Cena recently did an interview and said that he would be backstage at WrestleMania 36 in Tampa, since the show is taking place in Tampa, and he lives in Tampa. Cena has also said that he is open to doing something at the show if WWE asks him. Last year, Cena was scheduled to wrestle Lars Sullivan, but those plans obviously changed. And I will not mention Lars Sullivan here. Hopefully he is doing okay after everything that just came down, avalanched on top of him. Can't be a good situation there for Sullivan. His career might be over, but that's neither here or there. This is about John Cena. WWE had the following to say about John Cena on the matter. John Cena will return to SmackDown February 28th, Friday, as Team Blue. It's not a team I want to play for, man. Continues down the road to WrestleMania. It was on SmackDown where the C-Nation leader, whoever writes these things on WWE.com is a complete buffoon. They sound so unorganic and so unnatural. The leader of the C-Nation made his dynamic debut nearly 18 years ago when he channeled ruthless aggression to challenge WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle in his debut match. Since that fateful night, Cena went on to become WWE's standard bearer, earning 16 world championships and inspiring countless WWE fans to never give up. I know you guys are not fans of John Cena. I think John Cena has kind of grown on me over the last several years. So he's an icon in the ring, they go on to say. That's a very subjective thing. And he stars in blockbuster films such as Cock Blockers, for the PG folk out there, Blockers, Bumblebee, and the upcoming F9, The Fast Saga. Cena will soon bring his signature hustle, loyalty, and respect back to SmackDown, as first reported by WWE Backstage on FS1. Whatever this unparalleled superstar has planned, you won't want to miss it. That's what WWE.com says. So obviously this has to do with WrestleMania. And if you guys were paying attention to me when I did my Rumble predictions, I made a very bold prediction. And I said that John Cena would come out at number 30, win the Royal Rumble, challenge Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship, go on to win the title, get number 17, and then ride off into the sunset. Cena then came out and said that he doesn't want number 17. He doesn't want to break Ric Flair's record. So that's what he stated, him himself. Then I read a report following this that WWE, and I would not be surprised by this whatsoever, and it kind of correlates back to what he said about not wanting to break Ric Flair's record. If John Cena is coming back, which he is, WWE has already given him the green light on whatever he wants to do. John Cena is going to be booked at WrestleMania in what John Cena wants to do. So that's amazing. So if he doesn't want a world championship match, if he doesn't want a 17-time, title reign in the record books, then I think we are all kind of at ease, because I know a lot of people have a problem with that, without having to have some sort of aneurysm over this thing. Cena doesn't want it, and he's going to do what he wants, and if he doesn't want it, he's not going to do it. He's going to do something that he wants to do, and I think Cena's in this mentality where he wants to build up new stars. You might not believe that, but Cena was very giving in his later years. Very giving. And AJ Styles is a perfect example of that. And the feud with AJ Styles. Great matches with AJ Styles. So who does John Cena fight or wrestle at WrestleMania? Now, if he's coming back to SmackDown, it clearly has to be a SmackDown guy, I'm assuming. They're not going to promote John Cena on SmackDown only to have him challenge a Raw superstar. Now, that could be the case, but I don't think Fox would go for that. So on SmackDown, this is who I'm thinking. And none of these I want to have happen at WrestleMania except for one. Because it would fit perfectly into WrestleMania season, and it would be a great story. Elias. I don't see that happening. Elias is not somebody that I would book on WrestleMania. He's done nothing. Why does he have to be on WrestleMania? And nobody wants to see John Cena versus Elias when John Cena came out last year and did the entire Doctor of Thugonomics against Elias. Nobody wants to see that. So that's an option that's there on SmackDown, but more than likely not going to happen. Baron Corbin. I would rather eat dog food myself than see that match. And remember when John Cena and Baron Corbin had a match at SummerSlam, how well that went? I think I'll pass, bro. I think I'll pass. Braun Strowman. I don't want to see Braun Strowman in a ring, period. You want him to be in a ring with John Cena? I think those... Now listen, those two have been in the ring. They've had a match on Raw, and it was terrible. I don't want to see it ever again in this lifetime or the next. Please. I'm done with that. We could get The Undertaker. But I do think there is better if The Undertaker is going to be at WrestleMania, which I don't anticipate him really missing 2 WrestleManias in a row. And I think that there is more to be done with The Undertaker that is much better than John Cena. And I pitched a perfect storyline with Aleister Black at WrestleMania against The Undertaker. I think it makes sense. There are rumors that Sting is going to be cleared, and he's going to get a match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Don't really care to see that. It's 8 or 9 years too late, and that ship has sailed. But I don't think The Undertaker or John Cena... Listen, it makes sense. I don't think it's going to happen. You know, John Cena can come back and seek revenge for the 3-minute loss that he had to The Undertaker when that match was unadvertised and Cena sat in the stands. That was great. Undertaker looked great, but anybody can look great in 3 minutes when you don't got to do anything. So I don't want to see that either. What about The Fiend? Now, this would make sense. This would make sense in several different ways. Number one, it keeps The Fiend away from Roman Reigns, which is almost, at this point, an inevitability for Roman to beat The Fiend and become the new Universal Champion. Nobody wants to see that. And if WWE is smart, they wouldn't do that at WrestleMania because nobody with that crowd, being the smartest crowd of the entire year, of the entire week that WWE will have all year, nobody is going to want to see The Fiend drop the title to Roman Reigns. That would be the same old shit. Nobody wants to see that. And it keeps The Fiend away from Roman. It keeps the title on The Fiend, which is great. The Fiend really hasn't had any big title wins. Seth Rollins, give me a break. That entire feud was a complete waste of everybody's time. Then he went right to Daniel Bryan. Great, but it is what it is, you know? Now he's got this one-off with Goldberg, and if WWE is smart, they would have Bray Wyatt beat Goldberg, dominating Goldberg, go on to WrestleMania, and then John Cena can challenge The Fiend. John Cena can challenge The Fiend at WrestleMania, and it fits perfectly. I've stated this multiple times. The Fiend's title reign right now, if you took the title off of him at WrestleMania and gave it to Roman, what would The Fiend's title reign be known for? Nothing. It's almost as if you gave him the championship just to kind of eliminate the failure known as Seth Rollins. But in that title reign so far, what has he done? Now, if you look at it after all of this is over, after WrestleMania, and you look back at The Fiend's title reign, he beat Daniel Bryan, he dominated Goldberg, and he got his fucking revenge from 6 years ago on John Cena. I think if you look back at The Fiend's title reign after WrestleMania is over, it looks vastly different than what we're looking at right now, which is nothing special. So if John Cena and The Fiend go one-on-one at WrestleMania, not only does it keep The Fiend away from Roman Reigns, but it also makes perfect sense as far as their history goes. And that's the way you build it up. For years, people have stated that Bray Wyatt and his career never recovered from losing to John Cena at WrestleMania 30. That's the story. That's all you need to do. And John Cena mingling it up with Bray Wyatt, cutting promos on Bray Wyatt and cutting promos on The Fiend. John Cena is one of the best in the history of WWE when it comes to holding that microphone. Especially when he's in the zone, serious, and not being fucking Fruity Pebbles John Cena, cheesy John Cena. I think that would be great. I don't know what you guys think about that. Now, the other match that I had pegged for John Cena would be the Velveteen Dream. You know, John Cena has stated the one guy out of the PC that he is most impressed by is the Velveteen Dream. I do not see WWE doing two NXT matches, two NXT showcase matches at WrestleMania. Though if they want to build new stars, this is what their motto needs to be this year. Building new stars for the future. Can't get any bigger than that. Velveteen Dream on that stage, getting a WrestleMania entrance, everybody seeing what the Dream is made of in a match against John Cena, the promo work that would be back and forth between them, the match that I know that they could put on back and forth would be fantastic. That's something that they should go out there and explore. If John Cena wants something, like I said, he needs to give back. Instead of giving back to Bray Wyatt, I would love if John Cena instead gave back to the Velveteen Dream. That's it. Because Velveteen Dream, the only revenge he really has in NXT is getting his revenge on Roddy. Because Roddy took the North American Championship away from him. And if they want to call up the Velveteen Dream and he gets a match with John Cena out of it at WrestleMania, I'm good to go. That's okay by me. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I really don't think that's going to happen. Aleister Black is another one. You know, Aleister Black has been on this thing. You know, he is going to come knocking on other people's doors. Maybe John Cena comes back and says that I want to be at WrestleMania. I just don't know what I'm going to do yet. And then maybe Aleister Black on Monday Night Raw comes out and cuts a promo and says, I've seen SmackDown on Friday, and John Cena's back, and I want to come knocking on John Cena's door. And we get an interpromotional match. John Cena representing Friday nights on SmackDown and Aleister Black representing Monday on Raw. And we get an interpromotional match at WrestleMania this year between John Cena and Aleister Black. I think that would work very well as well. John Cena could show up on Monday night, show up on Friday, then go to Monday. Maybe he challenges Andrade for the United States Championship, being that John Cena is so well known for his U.S. Open challenges. Or maybe he challenges Seth Rollins. You know, all part of his history, all part of his backstory. Rollins is a major part of John Cena's history. They had a feud going on. U.S. title's a part of it. Aleister Black, another young guy they could build up through John Cena. Velveteen Dream, another young guy they could build up through John Cena. There's a lot of different options. What I do think they go with, I honestly don't know. Because if John Cena goes and wrestles The Fiend, what is Roman Reigns going to do at WrestleMania? The only other thing I can think of is if John Cena and The Fiend go one-on-one, which, again, I would be very excited for. Roman Reigns can get Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. A lot of people are wondering if Daniel Bryan's not in the world title feud, he's not fighting for the Universal Championship, what is Daniel Bryan going to do at WrestleMania? This could be their way of getting Daniel Bryan into a WrestleMania match, and I think this rounds out the card incredibly. John Cena versus The Fiend for the Universal Championship. Fiend goes over, gets his revenge. Roman Reigns, nowhere near the Universal title picture, at least for right now, gets Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. That's a WrestleMania-worthy match right there. And the story that those guys could tell, I mean, I hope that they throw a dash of reality into that as well. You know? Because Bryan, he was held back because WWE was afraid he was going to be more popular than Roman. I hope that they would bring something like that into that feud. Fiend versus Cena, Bryan versus Roman, and that's it. That's WrestleMania to me. And I love that. I absolutely love that. Let me know what you guys think about that down below. And Cena, I guess we'll find out sooner rather than later. February 28th, SmackDown. He'll be back. The IIconics could be repackaged. Who cares? Who cares? The IIconics once held the record for the longest reigning women's tag team titles. Okay, and who did they actually defend that against? Nobody. So that record has a little asterisk next to it. Peyton Royce and Billie Kay had no competition. They were awful. And why they were even given the championships in the first place is still a fucking mystery to me. They haven't been seen much since dropping the belts. Good. Without them on the shows, it makes the show better. And SmackDown right now is at its worst ever. So you add the IIconics to that. My goodness, man, we're trending negative territory with Friday Night SmackDown. Dave Meltzer was recently asked about the IIconic status. He said that they are holding them back from television, WWE is, and possibly repackaging them. I asked about them a few weeks ago. A decision was made to take them off TV, maybe repackaging, but the idea was that they'd be back. That's all he said. Who cares? I hope they never come back, to be perfectly honest with you. Speaking of the IIconics, Peyton Royce, listen to this. Now, if you're a youngin' listening to me, I need you to just stop listening to me. I know you won't, because I'm not your parents, but, maybe do one of these. Put your fingers in your ears. Or if you're a parent watching with your children, please, don't expose them to what I'm about to tell you on the show right here. Peyton Royce has her DMs open on Instagram. Why? I don't know. You go look at Sasha Banks and Toni Storm and everybody else. They don't have their DMs open. You're a public figure. Why would you expose yourself to the fucking cretins that dwell, these fucking creatures that dwell on social media? So that's mistake number one. Her DMs should be closed, especially if she's a female. Now, I'm not saying that she has to close her DM. She could do whatever the fuck she wants, but she should know better. She should know better. And it has nothing to do with, why does Peyton Royce have to close her DMs? What about the people that are out there? They should have a little bit more respect. Folks, if you are one of these people who are taking the Peyton Royce side of things and want her to keep her DMs open and are out there saying she should keep her DMs open, why does she have to close her DMs? You're putting way too much hope and faith in human beings being human beings. I hate everybody. I hate our race. We are fucking deplorable people. You're expecting these people to look at Peyton Royce, who has 1.4 million Instagram followers, to not go out there and show them a picture of their cock? Men? Give me a break. Give me a break. This is wrestling social media. These are where the lowest of the low dwell. I know. Now, Peyton Royce has her DMs open. Now, first of all, she garnered a lot of attention. She did something about a photo shoot. She was topless. Whatever. She's a beautiful woman. Why wouldn't she want to go out there and maybe possibly think about life after pro wrestling? Clearly, pro wrestling is not for her. Clearly, pro wrestling is not for Billy Kay. So, you need to be setting yourself up for life after WWE. So, she filled up her Instagram stories with DMs she's received that were not responded to, obviously, and she wanted to expose the inappropriate messages that she got from these people. Now, Peyton Royce included one final story in her slideshow, which included a statement on all these people, and this is exactly what it said. I'm going to read you some of the responses she got, but I am going to read you what she finally put at the end of her story. It says this, and I quote, "It is so not okay to say these things to people. It doesn't matter if you know them personally or not. If you say it to their face over the internet, in any environment, these comments are beyond unacceptable. I can only imagine what some of my friends' DMs look like. The culture needs to stop. Teach your kids kindness and respect, please. I beg you." That's what she stated. So these are some of the responses that she got via private messages, just people reaching out to Peyton Royce. This one says, "Do you fuck outside of marriage? Is your husband okay with that?" That was one message. Another message says, "Peyton, are you ready for a really good black cock from me?" Next message says, "Damn, you're ugly." It looked like it was from the same person that asked if she was ready for some good black cock on Instagram. Same avatar and everything. This next one says, "If you want to get your, I guess, pussy fucked by big white cock, text me back." This is what it said. This person has, this person has no avatar, by the way. No followers and no posts from this person. So clearly a troll account. "Sit on my face while I thumbs down emoji that with a puking emoji." Don't know what that means. I don't even want to know. This next one says, can you send a nude? Then the next one says, let me smash. You don't gotta tell Sean. One night only. I just love your pukey face. I don't know what this means. I love your why. I love your tits. I love your ass. What does it say? I don't know. It got blocked out. This next one says, hey, show me some boobs and booty pics in private, okay? And send it to me right here. Meaning right here. This individual forgot an E at the end of the statement there. Baby, I want your naked body. And that's the end of these deplorable Instagram messages. Folks, if you are one of these people, please go and get psychiatric help. Please, please. You need some sort of fucking exorcism done to you. I mean, I would never. I was raised by loving parents who respected others. I don't know what these people are doing. And I'm not blaming Peyton Royce in any which way. But you got to protect yourself. You got 1.4 million social media followers. And anybody saying, who are you to tell Peyton Royce to close her DMs? It's not her fault. You're putting too much faith in human beings. If you knew wrestling Twitter and wrestling Instagram, you cannot go and do that. Just go and close your DMs, and then all will be done. I don't know what else to tell you. And Peyton Royce can continue doing and showing whatever she wants. You know, Toni Storm, after that entire thing about Toni Storm where some fucking idiot leaked her nudes, she closed off a lot of her Instagram. You cannot even comment on her Instagram anymore. That's what Peyton Royce should do. All the women in WWE should do that. I don't know why any of you have fucking your PMs open on Instagram. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You're opening yourself up to this. Just go and do and live your life, but don't have these messages filter in from these fucking weirdos. That's all you gotta do. You know? I got my fucking PMs open, I think. Maybe after this I'll close them. And you should see the shit that I get. I had one guy reach out to me and say he wishes my mother dropped dead because apparently he didn't agree with my take on some topic the last couple weeks. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Jesus Christ. I don't understand it. I really don't get it. Oh my God. Can I throw up a picture of a pukey emoji for this next story? Eva Marie. Yes, Eva Marie coming back to the WWE and competing in the Mae Young Classic. I'm sorry. I cannot get behind that. I can't get behind that at all, man. Eva Marie was suspended for a few months following a wellness policy violation. This was following the 2016 draft where WWE had some big plans for her. So, a year later, they released her. Good. She sucks. She sucks. There's nothing redeeming about Eva Marie at all in the ring. You want to go look at big boobs? You guys know where to go find that type of shit. I don't want to see it on Friday night. It's bad enough. However, over 2 years after her release from the company, it's been rumored that Eva Marie will be returning to the WWE in the near future. Taking to Twitter over this past weekend, Eva said it was nice to be reunited with her former co-workers from WWE while on set. On set for what? I don't know. Of course, this led many fans to speculate that Eva Marie could be returning to the WWE in the near future. Some even have a theory that she could be a part of the third Mae Young Classic that is rumored to be taking place this year. Now, there's one thing I hate on Twitter. You know, there's one thing I really fucking hate on Twitter. Like, I know I'm a nobody. But I actually fucking show up for work when I have to show up for work. This is my job, and I do it excellent. Nobody does it better than me, clown. Okay? There's this Twitter account, Fiend for Follows. Fiending for followers. If the name wasn't pathetic enough, Eva Marie, this account says, may be returning for the Mae Young Classic. What would your reaction be if she won the tournament? If she won the tournament, bro, she can't even properly apply a fucking wrist lock correctly. You want her to win an entire 32-woman tournament? This ain't WWE 2K21, you motherfucker. What would my reaction be? I won't even watch the fucking tournament. How about that? Eva Marie confirmed around 12 months ago that she would be open to return to the company. So, speaking about Eva Marie, there's another one. Kelly could potentially be making a return to WWE TV on a semi-regular basis. Man, they're going backwards. Eva Marie, Kelly. These are women that can't wrestle. You're in the midst of a women's or somewhat of a women's revolution. How the fuck do you look at these two women and think, women's revolution? I don't. I look at, where's the fucking remote control? I gotta change the goddamn channel. The divisions are so bad right now that adding these two, I can't even imagine what the fucking division's gonna look like. There's one thing I hate on social media, folks, is these clout-chasing accounts. Really, I can't stand them. Like, what do you do on social media that everybody is like, oh my God, 4,000, 5,000 likes. They take clips from WWE Network and they put them on Twitter, hoping to get some viral reaction to something. I mean, bro, really? Like, who the fuck are you that anybody's going to want to follow you? I don't give a fuck to discuss wrestling with these people. You want to discuss wrestling? You come here. You want my opinion? You come here. You want my opinion? I'll give it to you on social media. The way I usually do it. And we are always trending somewhere in social media land during whatever show. So, if there's one thing I hate, it's these fucking clout-chasing people who want so desperately to be involved in the wrestling industry, going about it in the fucking cheapest way possible. Oh, look, pay attention to me. I'm posting a cool clip on Instagram and on Twitter. Please follow me. All I want is wrestling friends. Give me a break. Meanwhile, I'm out here struggling every fucking day to get my shit out there, and then some fucking imbecile is gonna, oh, look at this guy. He's got 9,000 followers, but he's got 5,000 likes on this post. Give me a break. Fucking losers. Absolute losers. Becky Lynch says that she thinks she should be making more money than Vince McMahon. I actually seen those Wrestle Geeks clickbait the shit out of this title. And they put in their thumbnail, Becky Lynch upset with something about her salary. Upset with WWE salary. Really? Really? Did you even read the context of this fucking statement she said? Now, this is not something like it was with the, oh, we got to get rid of women's whole ordeal with Becky Lynch. She fucked up. And we all know she fucked up because WWE a week later went back to calling the NXT Women's Championship exactly that. First it was the NXT Championship and then right back to the Women's Championship. Exactly what it should be. So, a lot of people here, like those Wrestle Geeks, are taking this and clickbaiting the shit out of it. Oh, Becky Lynch is upset with WWE salary. Hey, asshole. No, she's not. She was clearly in character here and being Rebecca Quinn. There's a difference between the women's situation and this. This was jovial. That was retardation. She says this, and I quote, this was an interview with TV Insider. I should be making more in that whole company. Everybody, Vince McMahon included. I want to change the game. I want to prove that it doesn't matter your gender, your race, your background. If you're going to do the job and keep people invested, if you're going to keep people interested, then you deserve to be paid at a level higher than everybody else. Becky, let me tell you something, honey. You're not keeping people invested. People are actually losing interest in you. I'm not sure if you realize that. It's not the same as the build up until WrestleMania 35. You're keeping people interested. I don't think so. And you're doing great You're doing fantastic, and you're the highest paid woman in the company. And I think that's all you need to be. You making more than Brock Lesnar? Oh, man. Please, that's laughable. Again, this goes right back to gender equality when it really doesn't call for gender equality. It's right there. It's underneath all of this. Oh, I should be paid more than everybody else because I'm putting butts in the seats. No, you're not. Yeah, nobody's watching Monday Night Raw for Becky Lynch. Nobody's paying money to go see this shit live, to go see Becky Lynch. You're not Hulk Hogan, okay? You're not Austin. You're not The Rock. You're not even John Cena. So get this out of your head, everybody. Rebecca Quinn is not the face of the company. You know who the face of the company is? You might not like it, but it's fact. The face of the company is Brock Lesnar. Simple. It's not Roman Reigns. It's not Seth Rollins. The closest face to the company right now, or the face of the company, is Brock Lesnar. Because everything the man does, you drop and you fucking stop and watch what he's doing. Simple. It's not Becky Lynch, not even close. Or as high as anybody else, as high as the best of them. I look around the arenas and the majority of the people that are wearing my shirts, the majority of the people holding signs for me. So pay me as such, and that will be the way it will be. That's that. Yes, though, she has an issue with the WWE salary she's currently undertaking on Raw. Sure thing, Mr. Davis. Ollie. Clown. I like to watch their shit. I mean, it gets repetitive, but, you know, I don't like the clickbait. I don't like the falsifying shit for you fans. Oh my God, Rebecca Quinn has a problem with her salary. No, she don't. She's in character. Being Rebecca Quinn. That's all that was. It's nothing to really go in there and make a big deal over. Main event of the Elimination Chamber has been spoiled, according to a commercial. I don't know where this was or where this commercial emanated from. It might have been in the Philadelphia market, being that the Elimination Chamber takes place in Philadelphia. The main event will feature Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman versus Daniel Bryan versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus Baron Corbin versus Bobby Roode. I shall not call him Robert, in the Elimination Chamber, and that will determine who will face The Fiend at WrestleMania 36. So it looks like either A, WWE has already come to the conclusion of who The Fiend's opponent's going to be at WrestleMania, or and that's going to take place in this match, or John Cena is getting somebody completely different that we don't even know of at WrestleMania. Because it obviously ain't going to be The Fiend if he's not in this match. Now, WWE could switch plans. They could go back on this advertisement and just add John Cena. I don't know why the fuck Bobby Roode's got to be in this thing. What the fuck does he have to do with anything? And all this match shows me is two things. One, it's overly fucking predictable. And B, Reigns and Corbin is going to continue after the steel cage match at Super Showdown. Oh my God. And then you wonder why SmackDown is the worst fucking show in all of the industry. How I would go about Roman Reigns. Out of these six, there's no doubt in my mind that Roman Reigns is going to win the WWE Universal Championship opportunity here. Now, the way I do this is I do not have The Fiend defend the title at the Elimination Chamber. He doesn't need to. He's already overexposed. He's already losing a little bit of his appeal. He doesn't need to defend the title on this fucking show because literally a week before this, he's defending the title against Goldberg. So that's that. He doesn't need to be here. This event is about who is going to be challenging The Fiend. He could be present. He doesn't have to wrestle. I would have The Fiend interject himself in this thing. I would have some sort of weird way where Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns are the last two, obviously, and The Fiend interjects himself in this thing. The lights go out. The lights come back on. He's got Daniel Bryan tied up in a fucking pod somewhere, and Roman Reigns refuses to do anything, you know? Or maybe he's tied up in a pod somewhere. He's laid out, not even tied up in a pod, laid out somewhere, Sister Abigail, and he's sacrificing The Fiend, Daniel Bryan, for Roman to win. Because he's already taken care. He's already taken care of Daniel Bryan. Fucking lights go out. Lights come back on. Sister Abigail. Bryan's laid out in the middle of the ring. And he's sacrificing Bryan to Roman. But Roman doesn't want to pin Daniel Bryan that way. He wants to win honorably. And Roman Reigns it could look good for him in the end. He could be looked at as a legit good guy for not wanting to go over Daniel Bryan in that way. Because if they have Roman Reigns pin Daniel Bryan, that's it. I mean, you want to talk about getting this guy booed again? There you go. Because Daniel Bryan still is one of the biggest baby faces in the company. So I don't think that's a good idea. And then have it be a triple threat match. Have it be a triple. If that is the way that they're going with The Fiend and Roman, you got to include Daniel Bryan. You got to. Because what else is there for him to do at WrestleMania that makes sense? Nothing. I think that would be a perfect way to get a triple threat match. Have Roman step away honorably. We get nothing. And then SmackDown on Friday. Come the next Friday, he says, you know what? I wasn't going to pin Daniel Bryan in that manner. I know the Fiend's mind games and the Fiend's tricks. Instead, this is what I propose. We get a triple threat match going at WrestleMania between Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, and The Fiend for the Universal Championship. The Fiend wanted me one-on-one because he wants to take me out like he took everybody else out. He ain't doing that. Now he's got to take both of us out again at the same time if he wants to accomplish what he wants to accomplish. It's simple. It is simple. So I don't know if that's the way they're going to go about it, but we'll see what happens. And John Cena's announcement, before the Elimination Chamber is happening on the 28th, we'll see what happens. If it's Cena and The Fiend, I'm telling you right now, Reigns and Bryan is a WrestleMania match I think that would be worthy of WrestleMania. But that has already been spoiled. So that's the Elimination Chamber match. And again, The Fiend does not need to defend the title on that night at the Chamber. The other match that's been kind of leaked, which should be no surprise really, and it might play into a factor of what happens at the Super Showdown. We're getting Morrison and Miz against the New Day for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. So get ready for 3 months of excruciatingly boring rematches over and over and over again after we get that match at Super Showdown. So that is the Elimination Chamber as of right now, Sunday, March 8th from the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Finally, guys, there is a possible tease as to what Roman wants at WrestleMania. Roman was interviewed at the WrestleMania 37 press conference. He explained who he would rather face at this year's show, Goldberg or Bray Wyatt. So Goldberg and The Fiend are obviously battling at Super Showdown. And this is what Roman Reigns says about this. I would rather face Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 36. He wants to invest in WWE's future. So he says this, and I quote, I just want my title, to be honest. Nobody took it from me. I had to relinquish it due to circumstances. I honestly just prefer my title. Honestly, from a completely honest standpoint, I would rather face The Fiend. He busted his ass all year long for it. No offense to Goldberg. I think he's a great performer, a great superstar, but I'm into the future right now and helping out guys who are going to be the locker room leaders with me. There's no doubt The Fiend has put in a lot of work into what he's done, as we all have. Like I said, it's my time now. We've had fun with the Fun House, but it's time to bring it home. Could be a seed planted, and we'll see what happens. And we're going to talk about this. It's going to be the main story on Off the Script this coming weekend. Make sure you guys are subscribed, and make sure you guys tune in on Friday. Goldberg and Bray Wyatt could have a very different outcome than what everybody expects the outcome to be. Goldberg could be walking away the Universal Champion. And WWE might find it to be in their best interests to do Goldberg versus Roman instead of Bray Wyatt versus Roman, if they want Roman to be where they want Roman to be. And we're going to go over that Friday. And finally, guys, Roman, with the WrestleMania 37 announcement, he's already pitched. He's all over the place doing this PR thing with WWE. He was interviewed by Fernando Ramirez from NBC in San Diego. And this is what he told Fernando Ramirez. I said it earlier, man, if there's a stadium, this is it. SoFi Stadium. Everyone's dream match with, a particular superstar, when you think about it, come WrestleMania, is always The Rock. Everyone's dream match is with The Rock. And that's me as well. First of all, we're family. It's all love, but if there's going to be an event for him to compete in, to perform in, a venue to hold that mass scale of attention that he's going to bring, it's right here in his backyard. You know what I mean? You ain't got to go far. It's been teased. WWE made it no secret that they want The Rock for one more match, whether that's against Lesnar or Reigns. I've always said and always had it in the back of my mind that a match with Roman is inevitable. Roman could be the Universal Champion going into next year, meaning we have to watch SmackDown for a whole year with Roman as the Universal Champion. WWE wants to put him... I don't even know how that's going to work. If he goes into WrestleMania next year as the champion and The Rock challenges one more chance for that gold, one more time for that gold, and, his cousin is the champion, I don't see how Roman comes out of that looking good, to be honest with you. Everybody's going to want Roman to win, or The Rock to win, rather, over Roman. I could see it happening. If there's a place for it, 100,000 seats in SoFi Stadium for WrestleMania in Los Angeles, if there's one place for The Rock to come back, it's that event. If there's one match that they're going to give us to end his career, because he's already quietly retired, it's that match. It's that event. I do expect it to happen. I just don't know when. Because WWE is constantly talking about The Rock coming out of retirement for one more match. It's always been against Lesnar or Triple H, Roman. Those are the only three, really. Seen some idiot on social media say that WWE trademarked Texas Rattlesnake or something like that for trademark reasons, copyright reasons. How about The Rock come out of retirement? How about Stone Cold come out of retirement and they do battle in SoFi Stadium at WrestleMania 37? I say no. I say no. Austin's never coming out of retirement. That is long gone. The Rock, it's either Lesnar, Triple H, or Reigns. And Triple H, I don't want to see in a ring again. Lesnar, I think, just because of The Rock's Hollywood, thing going on, that's a real potential risk of injury. I think Roman Reigns and The Rock is probably your safest bet for a possible WrestleMania 37 main event. And Dwayne Johnson said this: I miss wrestling. I love wrestling. He told the Kelly and Ryan show, I quietly retired from wrestling because I was lucky enough to have a really wonderful career and I accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish. What do they always say? Never say never. We never expected The Undertaker to come back. We never expected Edge to come back. We never expected Goldberg to come back, right? And here we are. The Rock, you think The Rock is immune to this? Of course not. If there's one more match left, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. Why? Because WWE asks him to, and it's right in his backyard. And it's WrestleMania. I think that's a pretty difficult thing for The Rock to turn down. Guys, I'm getting out of here. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. And if you did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you did, please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and turn on that bell for all notifications. I said I was going to debut my brother's new track. I think I'll just do that on Friday. I think that's more suited for Friday's show on Off the Script. So make sure you tune into that. And it's available on Spotify. I'll leave you guys a link down below. Make sure you guys go and check it out. And you guys can purchase it. If you do enjoy it, make sure you go and purchase the new track, Voice of the Voiceless, by my brother Frank and his band Legionary. And the mastermind behind Legionary is my brother, along with his fucking hired guns, Tony and crew. They made an incredible track that, honestly, could be put up against anything in its genre and blow it away. That's how good it is. Anyway, guys, again, follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell for all notifications. And if you missed any of my content, everything you need is linked down below. I will see you right back here again on Friday with more Off the Script. We got episode 313 coming. We're going to cover the week in WWE. We're going to cover Bray Wyatt and Goldberg. We're going to cover Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. I got major news on that. And we're going to cover Shayna Baszler and her vampiric ways. Why, how, when it was discussed, what's planned for that. Everything you need to know as far as the bite heard round the world from Shayna Baszler. Guys, thank you so much. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow afternoon for OTS 313 on Friday afternoon. See you guys then.